Go for it.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for taking time this morning to be with us. We're going to get started with doing gratitude. Then we'll go into some Lavelle like housekeeping items. And then we're going to dive right into our topic, which is creating community that transfers into sales. I kind of specified it as IG, but you can also translate this into Facebook as well. I just wanted to give people tools that really helps them grow their network, create connection, and therefore by creating a network and connection, having the opportunity to transfer that into sales and impact your business. So the first thing we're going to start with is a few minutes of gratitude. So if you haven't already, pull out your gratitude journal. The reason that gratitude is so important is because if you're not grateful for the things that you have in this season in your life, whether you're at where you want to be or you're not, once you reach the point you want to be, you're not going to be grateful there either. So really standing in a place of gratitude is important because it helps you see the things and the happiness that you have currently in your life while you're pursuing more. So for me, I have the 5-minute journal that I use every day. It has, I am grateful for, and you write 3 things. It has what would make today great, and that has 3 spots to write that. Our daily affirmation, so I am. And here's the thing about daily affirmations. I used to put things like, I am strong, I am brave. And I realized that I wasn't like feeling the things that I was writing in my I am statements. Like it wasn't compelling me enough. So I had to change it up to like whatever it felt like was something that I was trying to tackle for that day. So like yesterday I wrote, I am in control of my habits. They do not control me. I am wildly capable of achieving the dreams of my heart. I am blessed beyond measure and highly favored. I am controlling the actions I take and trusting God with the rest. I am capable of the action and trust God with blah, blah, blah. And so like, for me, money is a focus this year. Like I'm trying to really focus on saving, really focus on utilizing the income that's coming in from the business and being responsible for it. So another one I wrote is I am in charge of the way I spend my money and it does not control me. So those are just some options that you can use for your IMs. Really, when you narrow it down to things that you're specifically trying to focus on, and changing those thought patterns that you have in your head, it's so much more compelling than you writing down every single day, I am brave. I would add to that, if you're working on bravery and being more brave in this season of your life, writing something like, I am brave enough to step out and do my first live. I am brave and creating connections with new people, like whatever it is that you're feeling like you're wanting to step into more of, that's what I would recommend for like an I am statement. So there's that. And then Lavelle news, the only thing I can really think of at this moment is obviously tack is out of stock, but they're anticipating next week they're going to have more. So if you have people that placed orders like last week that had the tack DFT included in their order, they probably received an email that said something like, it is on back order. I believe they're shipping out the rest of the order. And then once the stock replenishes, they will send out the tack DFT to them, because I've had a few people personally reach out to me that have asked about that. So if you love the DFT like I do, make sure that the next time it comes in stock, you maybe stockpile a couple boxes, because I ordered 2, thankfully, the first time, but that DFT is bomb. We have, of course, Thrive Palooza coming up next month. Very, very limited tickets. I know, I believe last week there was something like 200 left. So if you haven't grabbed your Thrive Palooza ticket, hop on that like right now, because obviously with COVID restrictions, they are limited on the amount of people that can attend this year. And if you've never been to a Thrive Palooza and can get there, I highly, highly, highly suggest you go. It is a different type of feel when you are surrounded by people that are like-minded, that have goals like you. It just puts a fire in your belly and gives you just a little boost of, yes, I can do these things. Look at all these other people that are accomplishing the things. There's going to be amazing speakers that you'll want to hear. There's just something different about being in a room filled with people that have the same ambitions as you, especially when you're like surrounded in your home life with maybe like your friends don't really understand what you're doing, or even like your close direct family doesn't really understand what you're doing, to help reignite that. Like, it's great that we get together on these Zooms and stuff like that, but there's something about that in-person connection with people that is just different. And if you're unable to attend, I'm not sure, but I'm pretty positive they will have some sort of live streaming availability that will be offered. I think last time it was like $19 or $29 to get the all day access pass or whatever, so that you could attend via Zoom or virtually, so that you are getting the stuff without having to like watch through your leaders' pages or whatever. You can actually attend via Lavelle's connection that they have. I am so excited that I'm going. Mama needs a vacation from my family. So I'm super pumped that it's going to be here before we know it. And it'll be so exciting. So let's dive in to our topic. So we're going to be talking about, how do you create connections with people and community that transfers into sales? And this is something that I recently like revamped my bio, kind of revamped like what's my mission and how I'm helping people and how I'm really going to start creating community. And I can tell you, the more narrow that I got, the more engagement I've gotten on both my Facebook and on my Instagram, the more transition into sales that I've gotten, because I'm really hyper focused on how am I serving people. We're in like these social media networks that have millions upon billions of people. So it's like, how do you set yourself apart from the other person that's trying to sell other health products, or from the other person that even might be a thriver? And like in this large, vast network of people, how do you set yourself apart? And how do you maintain your community? How do you get people to engage with you? How do you, transition like what you're trying to do into sales that impacts your personal income? Because let's be honest, that's why we're here. We want to make a difference in our families' financial situations. We are here to serve people, but in turn, we also want to benefit our family. And I firmly believe there's a direct correlation with, if you're successful financially, that has a direct correlation with how you're impacting other people. And I want to help you guys get super narrow on what this looks like, how you can even like start implementing some things. You can even do some changes this morning while we're on together that might help really direct a focus to your page. Everyone talks about personal branding, but like, what does that really even mean? Does it mean like I have to have like a specific look to my page? Does it mean that, what does that mean? So I'm going to help you guys narrow down on that. And I had some huge realizations in the last month, like looking at how I put my bio, the things I was posting, and all those things. And this has converted so well. And I hope it does the exact same thing for you guys. So the first thing I want to talk about is, how do you discover like what is your niche? Everyone talks about your niche, your 5 things, like whatever. How do you figure out what that is? And like I said, because there's so many people out there, unless you are speaking very specifically to people, they might not even have a reason to why they want to follow you. And people follow others for a few different reasons. Either they're getting value from you, you're, providing them with like things that they can implement into their own life that is going to help them, or you're entertaining them. That is the reason why like you will continually tune into somebody's stories, or why you continually hop on their page to check out their content, is because they're providing you value that is going to help you in your life. You like looking at their stuff. Maybe they're funny and that like brightens your day or whatever. So that's what we need to be for the people that we're trying to connect with. When you're adding people on Instagram and doing follows, like why should they hit that follow button back? Or why should they continue to stay connected with you if you're just randomly posting random stuff all the time? You're not giving them enough reason to why they should continue to watch your stories, or why they should even watch your live video, or like your post or anything like that if you're all over the place. So like maybe today you're posting about your business, maybe tomorrow you're posting about your products, and then you show a couple pictures of your kids. Like that's all great and well, you guys, but like how is that translating to benefiting your audience or the community that you're trying to create? And I actually helped a couple people on my team really narrow down their focus. So like what makes you specific? I know we talk a lot about what are your 5 things, and that's all great. So like maybe you're a mom, maybe you're somebody that survived emotional abuse, maybe you're somebody that is a recovering addict, maybe you're a single mom, or maybe you're a busy mom. Maybe you have dogs at home, whatever that looks like. Yeah, that's all good and well that you have those things, but like, how do you really narrow it down so that you can translate that into when people are hopping on your page, they're like, I want to stay here because this person helps with XYZ, and that's what I'm looking for. So tell me if you think, if you hop onto somebody's page and their bio reads mom, California living, inspiring others, and love to travel, does that compel you to actually continually follow that person? Or let's say their bio says like dog mom, mom of 3, 12K leader, inspiring and motivating others. Okay, they're going to hop on your page and be like, cool, like, but why should I follow you back? I don't understand. I mean, maybe I need some inspiration and motivation, and I guess you're a mom like me, but it doesn't really give them a clear picture of like, why are you here? Why are you on social media? If you're on social media just for your own personal benefit, you're never going to create a large community because you are just solely focused on yourself. You need to figure out like, what am I trying to do? What am I trying to help other people with? Because that's what sales is the transfer of belief in solution and problem solving for other people. So how do we change up our bio? So I used to have mom of 3, small town living, a Bible verse, and some other things. And I can tell you it wasn't translating well. So I'm going to give you a couple of examples, and hopefully this helps you narrow down like what it might look like in your bio personally. So I'll give you my first example. So for me personally, I'm going through my own health journey. I started doing the Ultimate Thriver, and it really helped me discover some different ways that I can lose weight, help others do the same, get focused on their health. And it obviously directly correlates with our business, which is nice. And I will help you guys figure out, like, if you're not like on your own like weight loss journey or something like that, like how is your specific niche going to translate into you talking about your products? I'll get to that point so that you can figure that out too. So for my bio, it now reads my name, and then I have my favorite Bible verse because that's about me. And then I have godly focused health and wellness, so that when people tune into my page, they know they're probably going to get something Bible related. They're probably going to get something health and wellness related. And the reason you want to get super specific with things like that, like I know I didn't put faith or God or whatever in my bio before because I was like, ooh, like, what if some people don't like are of a different religion? Or like, what if I offend some people because I talk about my faith? Those aren't your people. You don't want people that, like, when you bring them onto your team, you have nothing in common. You want to get super narrow so that the people you're bringing into your community stay because they like your mission. And when it translates into them coming onto your team, you want those people to be like-minded with you. Because if you are a person of faith and like you have somebody that's an atheist, but then you're going to talk on a Zoom about, not saying that those things are bad, but I'm turning down my heater. It's like super hot in here. But not saying like if you don't believe in God, that's bad. But like if that's your thing, then obviously you're not going to talk about God in your own bio. But you want people that are going to be like-minded with you so that you can create and build that community. So I have that. Oh, my phone locked. And then I have, what am I doing? How am I helping people? So I help other busy mamas get their energy back and take control of their health. Now I'm going to give you a couple of other examples. Yeah, totally. But like I'm talking about, like, if you want to get super narrow with people, because that's how you're going to build a community. Why do you think people have large followers, like large audiences of followers? I'll give you a couple examples in our specific group. Let's look at Chas. So why would people follow Chas that maybe aren't with Thrive? Because she's a faith-based woman, and maybe so are they. So they like her empowering spirit, the things that she brings to the table about faith. She's not afraid to talk about it. So that's how she creates her community, is through her faith, and people can see that when they come on. Let's talk about Kayla Rose Oliver, because I think she's very specified with what her thing is, and she's obviously a 200K, so she's building a community. She's not afraid to talk about that she's a recovering addict, and she wants to help other people that are dealing with the same thing. You cannot be afraid to talk about the things that make you specific. So here's a couple different examples. So like maybe you're a single mom. So what is it that you're helping? How are you going to help other people? You're going to want to connect maybe with other single moms. So maybe your bio reads, navigating single motherhood and guiding others to do the same. So then, and I'll talk about how this bio thing will translate into everything you post, and it like removes all the guesswork from everything, you guys, because I know what it's like to come in and you're like, what do I post about today? I don't even know. You getting super narrow with the things that are in your bio helps you determine what you're going to post for the day. So maybe you're a busy mom that is doing keto. So helping other busy moms who want to get healthy with easy keto recipes. Maybe you are a person of faith, helping other moms build a better relationship with God. Maybe you are a recovering addict, so living an addiction-free life and helping other recovering addicts find themselves again. So getting super, super, super narrowed in about what the things that you're doing. So then when you're narrowed, and you guys can drop, like maybe you're starting to understand a little bit about what you specifically uniquely have to offer people. You can drop it in the chat, and I will just shoot out a couple examples here and there about like what you can put for your bio. So I'm trying to think of some other ideas. Like everything had overcoming anxiety and depression. So you could put overcoming anxiety and depression and helping others find their voice again, or find themselves again, or gain control of their stress, helping others get unstuck. Yes. So previously self-sabotager that's helping other people get unstuck using, I don't know, whatever, crafting and projects and tip. God, Mama 3. Hope be a life changer sticker somewhere. Okay. So for like you, maybe like you're a Mama 3, like what specifically? Ballet mama. So you're a busy mom is what it looks like. Obviously, if you're in T-ball and ballet and all those things, you could say like helping other mamas navigate multi-passionate kids. That's a good one. Domestic violence, PTSD. So like that, Emily, is like a lot. Weight loss, PCOS, getting in bed. So like that's a lot. So when people are coming to your page, they're like, whoa, that's a lot of things. Like how are you going to specifically help me? Find something that you know that you could speak to on a daily basis that you're passionate about. Like, are you passionate about helping others overcome PTSD? You could say, I help other domestic abuse survivors overcome their PTSD through self-love. Or I'm a teen mom who splits custody with his dad, so I'm only a busy mama every other week. So for you, Morgan, that could be navigating. I'm trying to think of how you would explain navigating. What's the word I'm trying to think of? Like where you're sharing custody. It's like you are a multi-family house or multi-family parenting or whatever, and helping other single moms do the same. So like Star, yours could be like helping other people overcome anxiety through a closer relationship with God, because that's what I think about you. Your bio does not have to include anything about Thrive, you guys. Nothing about Thrive. I'm going to show you how you can translate it coming forward, because here's the thing. The other day, I was going through engaging with people, and I, of course, am friends with other people in other network marketing businesses, right? Just am. And I think it's awesome to empower other people in this industry. Sometimes I buy from them. If I can support another mama that's trying to hustle, like I will do that. But then sometimes when I'm interacting with their stories, I'm like, I have nothing to interact with, because all you're doing is posting stuff about your products. I know nothing about you. There's nothing on your page I know about you. Like, how do I interact with that? Your audience is thinking the same thing if all you do is throw up Thrive all the time and don't have anything specifically that you're offering for value. So Amy, you could say like navigating an insanely crazy life and trying to help others do the same. Like an insanely crazy life. Mom of a senior.
Megan.
Yeah.
I'm going to let you read those for a minute, because I know you're trying to navigate the call and do that. So I want to interject real quick, because you are a fire, sister. I'm like looking at all my bios, checking everything. This is so good, y'all. Y'all have got to get this out to your teams to make sure they get the recording. But one thing you can do, Megan, that I know is helpful for me is, one, make sure that you remember that you're not competing. There's no competition. Your superpower is being you. And one thing I love to do is, so many of you have, like the ones that have a ton of things in their bio, go to a hashtag on Instagram and find somebody. Now, don't try to be them, but if you use a hashtag and say, for example, this is one that people put influencer. Okay. Everybody wants to use the word influencer, but what are you influencing me in? I want to know what you're going to influence me to do. Like, before I go a little deeper, it's like, oh, let's go hang out. Well, what are we going to hang out and do? Are you going to, take me to church or lead me straight to hell. Like I need to know a little bit about you before we like, can be friends. So if you go to places like Instagram, where it's a little bit easier to find those hashtags, and, if they're, hashtag twin mom or hashtag boy mom, go read their bios, don't copy paste, but kind of look at them, and the ones that get your attention, then you start writing yours. Use that as a brainstorming, not like, oh, wow, I look at her, she's got 48 million followers. Well, she's probably got 48 million followers and no friends, so don't look at it from that perspective, but look at it from, how can I use this to help me start brainstorming? Because we could have Megan here all morning long, and like she's helping us think and helping us vibe. So use that as a place and a platform to kind of give you some ideas. So hope you had time to catch up and read there, Megan.
Oh yeah, definitely. So
Get us all fixed.
Here's the thing is, a lot of you that I'm reading, like yours that have like all these things, you guys, it looks like a dating profile. We're not here to date people. They don't need to know all those things about you. They need to know, like, why am I sticking with this person? They're not going to stick with you because you're a soccer mom. They're not going to stick with you because you're a dog mom. Like, cool, you're a dog mom like me, whatever. Like, you need to get really specified. They will figure out that other stuff about you through your stories and through your posts. They will see the other connections there. But when people are on social media, they're looking for, why am I spending my valuable time looking at this person's profile? Like, is it benefiting me in some way? Am I entertained? Am I actually gaining value? And so when you get like really specific with things, this helps. It helps your audience understand with how they're going to, or why they should stay with you, and why they should continue to follow you, and why they should watch your reels and watch your stories and watch your live videos. But also it makes it so much easier for you to create content. So like, I'll give you for me, for example, because mine is, I help other busy moms get their energy back and take control of their health. Everything I can post about is around those things. So I can post like, what are their struggles? What are people struggling with? If you're somebody that, I'll give you an example of, if you're an abuse survivor, like how can you help people overcome their trauma? If you're somebody that's trying to speak to people that are overcoming addiction, like, what are things that they can do that keeps them on the straight path? If you're somebody that's like living this chaotic life and you're trying to help other people get organized like you are, like, sometimes you learn things through the process, but maybe you can help with, like, this is how I set up my week so I don't feel like I'm just being thrown a couple curveballs. Here's how you can prepare quick meals that will last you the entire week, so you're not, spending all this time trying to cook food. Like, what are their stressors? If you're helping these people, like I'm helping moms get control of their life, what is their stress? They're stressed out about, okay, I have to make a quick meal, but I know I shouldn't be snacking off my kids' macaroni and cheese plate and French fries. Like, how am I going to make sure that I'm taking care of myself? I don't have time to go to the gym. I ain't got time for that. How can I do workouts at home? Anything like that. So then you're able to provide contents, like your reels can talk about that. It can be like quotes that help people. It can be things that navigate people through whatever it is that you're saying you're helping them through. Your stories can talk about that. Your posts, if you're doing engagement, like polls in your stories. The other day, for example, I put like, I want to get to know you for my audience. And then I put stuff that directly related to health and wellness. So I put, are you soda or coffee? Do you like meat or vegetables? Are you somebody that outdoor or indoor? Like, all the things I put on my polls were strategically placed there so that I can get a better understanding of who my audience is. So then I can start creating content around that. Like, if I have a lot of meat eaters, I'm going to talk about meat. Like, how do you incorporate your protein? Or anything like that. You can even put like, what do you want to see more of? And do a poll, and I had that. So then I understand, like, my audience is looking for, how do they understand what calorie content they should do, or how, whatever. So that's like mine specifically. So then after you're getting really narrow and like, now I have things that I can post reels about, IGTV about, stories about. I wrote, I think I have it over here. I just brainstormed what issues around health and wellness do mothers face. So then I just wrote down all the things. Do they have time to go to the gym? They don't have time to go to the gym. They don't even know where to start. Aren't taking care of themselves, snacking after kids play. Maybe they're lacking energy. They're taking care of everyone else. So I brainstormed, and then I said, how can I help with these things? I can show them meals. I can show them exercises. I can talk about biblical principles that relate to your health and wellness. I can talk about grocery shopping, nutrition 101. Like, those are all things that I can do to help that person. So if yours is, you're an abuse survivor, what do abuse survivors struggle with? Brainstorm all those things. And then how can you help with those specific things that they're struggling with? Boom, there's your content for months and months. Because then I translated, I can make an IGTV series about how moms are important too, and then talking about all that, how, what's the diet culture look like versus what God says about us. And like, how do you really take care of yourself? I can do reels around quick exercises, things I wish I knew before I was ready to make a change in my life. I can do posts that talk about I can show people exercises in my posts. I show my before and after so that they know that I'm somebody that they can tune into and they can trust because they see my own personal results, things like that. So after you have all that, you're probably thinking, well, how in the hell is my product in my business going to be incorporated into this? Right now, you're probably just throwing stuff up there and hoping it sticks, right? You're just like, here's all the benefits you get from Thrive. You need this too. My business is paying for all these things, right? You're thinking, you're just throwing up stuff and you're like, please, somebody like or comment on my thing. I hope this resonates with somebody. When you get drilled down in your niche, it's easy to incorporate your products and service, and I will explain how. So if you're somebody that is, maybe, I just have a couple examples that I wrote down ahead of time. You're an abuse survivor. How taking care of yourself and loving yourself starts with your health. Talk about your products. If you're an abuse survivor, you're looking for confidence. You're looking to feel good because you've been put down for so long. That starts with feeling good on the inside. So then you can talk about your products. Maybe like with your specific abuse survivor situation, like the person you were with controlled all the money and you never had control of the money. So this business helps you with actually gaining confidence because you're doing something for yourself and you're independent in your financial situation. Let's talk about, like, if you're somebody that is like helping other moms get right with God. How do you get up early in the morning so that you can dedicate time for prayer? Hello, capsules. And you can talk about your business as, this isn't a way for me to steward other people and use my gifts that God has blessed me with, this business, because I'm able to serve others. And that's all, that is about. Single mom, what keeps you fueled all day long? Your Thrive. Hello. So if you're a single mom and you're trying to help other people navigate single motherhood, they're tired. I was a single mom. Single moms are tired as hell. And they feel like they don't know, how, like they're sipping on coffee all day and their coffee gets cold all the time. And maybe they're downing like a 12-pack of soda just so they can keep their eyeballs open so their kids stay alive. Like, that's what single moms are thinking about. So when you are trying to provide value on the back end around things, how they can, prioritize their schedule, how they can, what are parent drop-offs like, and how you can help like co-parent with somebody else, well, like whatever your single motherhood thing is, while you're talking about all that other stuff, you come in and you say, this is the reason why I have energy all day to keep up with being a single mom. Like if I didn't have this, I would be running around with like a chicken with its head cut off. It doesn't feel gross because you've already provided them with value on other things. So then they trust you when you start talking about, this is how I have energy to keep up with my kids as a single mom. If you're a recovering addict, how do you actually start feeling good again? You know, people that are recovering addicts, they're always searching for that next feel good. And usually the reason they relapse is because they're searching for it in the wrong places. How do you feel good naturally? How do you make yourself feel good and it's not turning to something that you're trying to deliver yourself from? It doesn't feel gross when you're providing them with value on the back end about other things like their mindset, like surrounding yourself around the right people, yada, yada, yada. So then when you talk about, these are the products that make me feel good every day, so I'm not feeling like I have to search for something else. Like that's how you can convert it into the things that, like, into sales. Every single thing can convert into these products. You're using the products every day for a reason for your personal life. All you need to do is translate that to your audience, how it's going to help them in a very specific way so that you're creating a community around that. I'm just trying to go back and see if there's anything else. So another reason why you might not be converting. So like maybe you really are being specific. You're providing value. You're talking about your products and your stories. A reason why you might not be converting is either you're not talking about your products enough, or you're not even actually giving them a way to do that. So you're like, oh, these capsules give me, you know, like this morning I put, I'm trying to think, I'm gonna pull up my story real quick so I can give you my specific example. Go through all my stories. Getting up before the chaos begins to put me first, and these capsules help make that early wake up possible, is what I put. So I can put that in my stories all day long, and that's all good and great. But then sometimes I need to talk about, like, if you're a mom that's struggling with getting up early too, like, you need to try this, like, talk about it. Don't be afraid to talk in your stories. People need to hear your voice. So if you're another mom that struggles with waking up in the morning, like, girl, I will help you try this so that you're waking up before your kids and you don't feel like you're scrambling. Or like yesterday, I talked about in my stories, because mine is godly focused health and wellness. I'm helping other busy moms get control of their health. I talked about why micronutrition is so important, but I've talked about nutrition in your food before that. So then when I go into, this is micronutrition, this is why it's so important, I have samples that you can try so you're filling those gaps and feeling good. You have to give them a way to actually buy from you or actually connect with you. So if you're talking about your business, like let's say you're a single mom, and obviously being on a one-parent income is hard. So if you're struggling with putting gas in your car too, like I was, you know, in between your personal paychecks, it's time for you to reach out so we can have a conversation, because I want to help other single mamas gain control of their financial situation too. You gotta have a call to action, or they're going to be just like, cool, those capsules are great, but like, where do I go? Do I message her? Do I comment on this? Do I I don't know what to do. You got to give people direction sometimes. And that includes with interacting with your posts as well. So, that's about, I don't know, Chas, if you want to add anything else in, because I thought your input was really good about what you had to say about following somebody else. Here's the thing with large followers though, too, you guys, they've already built their niche. So their bio might say things like dog mom, blah, blah, and that's okay because they've already built their audience. We're trying to really create community.
No, that's so good, Megan. This was fire. So good. I mean, like, we could all, even if we don't, and I think it goes back to just the thing too is also, our profile pictures. If you are a dog mom, if you are, a lot of times we want to put, our profile picture as that cute puppy and that cute dog. Just remember, people are often not searching. They don't know what they're looking for until they find what they're looking for. So, let them see you, let them feel invited, let them feel welcomed to your space and your page. So Megan, this was great content. And I'm just telling you, guys, you got to get this out to your teams and have them grab the replay. Like, run a little promo. I don't care if you have $5 in credits, $20 in credits, run a promo and do a drawing. Say, hey, go watch this live from this morning. They can grab it while they're working out. This great content. We can all evaluate and reevaluate, because I know Christina was saying she's empty nester now. I was looking at my time hop. 4 years ago, I was, a college mom or high school mom, and now I'm an empty nester too. So things change. So don't just set your bio and leave it for forever. Make sure you're reevaluating that. So thanks, Megan, for this content.
Yeah, that's so true. You guys don't think like this will be what you are forever. Like, we're humans, we evolve with time. Oh, and here's another thing I want to say. I totally forgot about this. This is super important. So some of you might be thinking, well, if I start talking about like this specific thing, what if some people on my audience don't like it and I lose followers? Good. That's a good thing. I know we're so worried about the number count. You guys, you want people that are going to be engaged with your content. It is way better to have 500 followers that actively engage with your content than 10,000 and like 200 do. Who cares about the number? Because here's the thing, as people fall off, your engagement will increase because you're hitting the right people. So stop worrying about like your fluctuation of your follower count. Like, you're just trying to get a community and have them stick with you and engage with your stuff. If you lose people, dude, I lose followers every single damn day, like every day. And I don't even sweat it, because I'm like, that's okay. My content wasn't for them, and that's fine. I want to find people that my content will help. And sometimes you got to do some sifting and sorting, and that's totally fine. Quality, not quantity. Exactly. I love that. 100 penny friends or 4 shiny quarters. That's hilarious. So don't worry about, as you start to really drill down in your niche and you start talking about those things, like maybe you are somebody of faith and you've never talked about God before and it scares you and you lose people. That's fine. You can lose people, not a big deal. But yeah, so don't worry about the numbers going up and down. We're all about trying to create community. And when you create community, you build trust. Trust translates into you solving problems for people because they want to come to you. And therefore, that impacts your family with the income, because there is a direct correlation with how much income you have is directly tied to how much impact you're providing other people. I don't know. Are we still doing 100 Days to Brave? I think so, right?
Yeah, I've got it this morning.
Oh, thank you.
Are you guys ready for this one? Like, how it always like corresponds to what we're talking about? All right, we are on day 48, your online life. Like, really? All right. That I opened, I was like, are you kidding me? This is freaky, you guys. All right. You are a light of the world. A city set on a hill cannot be hidden, nor do people light a lamp and put it under a basket, but on a stand, and it gives light to all in the house. In the same way, let your light shine before others, so that they may see your good works and give glory to your Father who is in heaven. Matthew 5:14 through 16. You've Got Mail is still my favorite movie. Maybe it's because the main character owns a tiny bookstore, or maybe it's the overuse of twinkly lights, daisies, tissues, and knee-length skirts. But if that movie comes on television, I can hardly walk away. Back when it first came out, the idea that you would meet a person on the internet was so foreign and creepy that it forged new territory. That is no longer true. The internet keeps us together, and I'm grateful. On its best behaved days, I've seen the internet be the string that ties together old friendships that might otherwise break apart. Today's verse is about being a light of the world. We are a light wherever we go, even online. Before I started writing books, I began as a blogger. When I first started, I knew about 5 people with a blog. I just started writing for those 5, for my friends. I began to tell my stories of my days in the classroom as an elementary school teacher, my church experiences, and the ridiculous things that seemed to happen to me a lot. And before I knew it, strangers were reading what I wrote. My blog audience has watched my life unfold firsthand. And my light, while sometimes foggy and dim and flawed, has shone over the city of people who come to my website every time I write a blog post. And God is glorified, even in my mistakes. Readers don't have to really know me for them to experience God through my life. The medium doesn't matter. Facebook, Twitter, blog, Instagram, Pinterest. You may have so many chances to share light, to share God, to make him known to the people who listen to your voice. But the internet is not exactly a Christ welcoming place. It takes courage to share your faith and be a light for Jesus, whether you're online or not. We need to view technology as tools God gives us to glorify him. However that looks and however many unfollows it cost us. Let's all be brave with our online platforms. Today's task, be brave. Take a picture of the cover of this book and post it on your social media spots. Offer for your friends to join you in this 100-day challenge. Make sure to use the hashtag 100 days to brave.
So this can be brave in sharing the things that you've walked through in life so that you can help other people do the exact same thing. So good. It's insane how every time, I swear. Thank you guys so much for taking your time with me this morning. I truly appreciate it. I hope it was valuable to you guys, and share your light, shine your light. Don't put it in a basket. Don't think the things that you walk through in life are unimportant. Like, the things that you walk through in life are meant for a purpose, and that's to help sometimes other people navigate their life as well. So be brave today, share your story, really step into the person that you are and help create community around that and help others do the same. Love you guys.
Hey, Megan, did you pick a winner?
Oh, no, I didn't. I will. There isn't a whole lot of people. Drop one thing they took away.
Or just pick a random name.
Close and scroll up the list a couple of times. Mallory Marshall.
Woo-hoo.
Woo.
Message me. I'll get you the list of the goodies, and we will get it sent out ASAP.
Perfect.
All right.
Everyone
Love you
have
guys.
an
Have an
amazing
amazing Wednesday.
Yeah, love you.